Welcome to Mind You Risk, where kings are made.
Win by force. They don't see the nights you cried in silence, the battles you fought when no one believed in you, the pain that twisted your soul while the world laughed. They only see what you become after the storm. And that's why you must win by force. You were not born for comfort. You were born for conquest. This world doesn't hand out success like candy. It demands your blood, your will, your rage. Every time you've been broken, it was the universe giving you a chance to prove your power. Don't wait for opportunities. Take them. Rip them from the hands of the lazy and the weak. Win because you refuse to lose. Win because failure is not in your DNA. Win because the war inside your heart has burned longer than their doubts ever will. You are not average. You are not soft. You are not made to beg for respect. You command it. Force this world to bend to your ambition. Crush the limits they placed on you and build a legacy that screams, I did not bow. I conquered. Your time is now. No more excuses, no more fear, no more silence. Win by force or be forgotten. They'll tell you to slow down. They'll tell you to be realistic. They'll whisper that you're too obsessed, too intense, too focused. But let me tell you something that will shake your soul awake. The world fears a man who's locked in, a man who has declared war on mediocrity and means it. To dominate life, you must destroy the weakness within you first, not with hope, not with motivation, with ruthless self-discipline, with habits so sharp they slice through every excuse, every distraction, every fake friend and toxic comfort. You don't rise by chance, you rise by force, through relentless repetition and unshakable belief in who you are becoming. When the alarm rings at 5 a.m., discipline gets you out of bed, not some Instagram quote. When your body screams for rest, but your mind knows there's work to be done, belief keeps your feet moving. When failure slaps you in the face again and again, and the world mocks you like it always does, discipline keeps you standing. It's not about being the most talented. It's about being the last one standing. The one who keeps pushing when his hands are bleeding, when his mind is exhausted, when there's nothing left but a voice in his head screaming, keep going. That voice, that inner fire, that's your belief. Not belief in the system, not belief in luck, belief in yourself, in the man you know you can become if you stop betraying your potential every time life gets hard. Because here's the truth, the version of you that achieves everything you want already exists. He's just buried under every lie you've told yourself. Every time you said, I'll do it tomorrow. Every time you said, I'm too tired. Every time you let weakness win. But if you commit, truly commit, to showing up every day with the discipline of a soldier and the belief of a madman, you'll uncover that version of yourself faster than anyone believes possible. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you demand, and you can only demand from life when you've earned the right to. Discipline is what earns you that right. Every day you train when no one's watching. Every meal you eat with purpose. Every hour you grind while others sleep. You're earning the right to dominate. You're telling life, I deserve more because I became more. And belief is the fuel. The world is full of people who started strong and quit halfway. They didn't lack talent. They lacked belief. They folded when doubt came knocking. They let fear rent space in their head. They forgot that belief is not a feeling. It's a choice, a daily decision to back yourself, even when nothing around you supports the vision you see. If your goals don't scare people, they're too small. If your discipline doesn't make others uncomfortable, it's not sharp enough. You have to become obsessed with execution. Don't talk, do. Don't post about it, be about it. Prove to yourself every single day that you are built different. Cut the fat from your life, the distractions, the fake friends, the habits that drain your energy. Replace them with structure. Replace them with precision. Replace them with a mission so powerful that even on your worst day, you're still 10 times stronger than the average man on his best. And yes, it will be lonely. That path to domination, it's not crowded. You'll lose people, you'll lose comfort, but what you gain power. You gain freedom. You gain the ability to walk into any room, any challenge, and know deep in your bones that you belong. Not because someone said so, but because you earned it. Through the pain, through the sacrifice, through the discipline that you applied when no one else was watching. This world respects results, and results respect routine. Build that routine. Cement that belief. Wake up each day with your purpose tattooed on your soul. Let your actions scream what your mouth never has to. This isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about becoming unbreakable. It's about living in such alignment with your highest self that failure becomes a stepping stone, not a wall. Doubt becomes a challenge, not a reason to quit. Pain becomes fuel, not a reason to stop. So choose the hard road, choose the discipline, choose the belief, and watch life kneel before the force you become. You don't just live life, you dominate it. Because in a world of comfort, you chose war. In a world of excuses, you chose execution. In a world of talkers, you became a force. They sold you a lie. They told you comfort was the goal, that peace, relaxation, and a stress-free life meant success. But let me ask you, what has comfort ever built? What empires were founded by men sitting still, avoiding discomfort, chasing weekends and soft beds? None. Comfort is the trap. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. It whispers, you've done enough, when deep down you know you've barely scratched the surface of who you could be. Champions, real champions, aren't built in comfort. They're forged in fire, under pressure, inside the storm. They choose pain, not because they enjoy it, but because they know what it builds. There's a reason why pressure creates diamonds, why steel is tempered by flame. You think that happens by accident? No. That happens because the process demands stress. It demands resistance. Growth does not live in the easy. It lives in the hard, the brutal, the lonely. If you're not chasing pain, you're standing still. And if you're standing still, you're dying. Slowly, quietly. Comfort is a slow death. And most people don't even see it coming until it's too late. They don't realize they've lost their edge until the opportunity of a lifetime passes them by and they're left wondering, what happened? Pain and pressure are the gatekeepers of success. You can't reach anything worthwhile without going through them. Want to be strong? Lift heavy weights. That hurts. Want to build a business? You'll lose sleep, money, and sometimes your mind. That's pressure. Want to become a champion in any field? You will fail, you will fall, you will get humiliated, and you'll need to get up again while everyone watches and do it better. That's not comfort. That's pain. That's pressure. That's where the difference is made. You can't avoid discomfort and expect to grow. You can't stay in the warm and wish for power. The two cannot coexist. If you want to be more, you have to suffer more. You must go looking for the challenge that breaks other men. You must lean into the resistance that makes weaker people fold. That's how you get strong, not by avoiding struggle, but by seeking it. You train your mind like a soldier trains his body, through discipline, through repetition, through enduring more than the average person is even willing to imagine. The truth is, pain isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Every time you feel discomfort, it's showing you where your limits are. And the second you feel that burn, you have two choices: retreat like the masses do, or push through like the few who lead. The burn is the birthplace of growth. The pressure is the pulse of progress. You must crave it. You must become addicted to it. Because when the world gets hard, and it will, the comfortable will break, but the forged will rise. And don't expect anyone to understand you. Most people are comfort addicts. They'll tell you to slow down, to take it easy, to find balance. But champions don't find balance. They create dominance. While others sleep in, you train. While they party, you work. While they escape, you face the storm. That's the price. That's the pain. And if you refuse to pay it, you stay where they are, mediocre, silent, forgotten. So ask yourself, what are you willing to endure? Because your future is directly tied to the amount of discomfort you're willing to embrace. You want to be the best? Then you better outsuffer everyone else. You better make pain your training partner. You better laugh when life throws pressure at you, because that's how champions are born. Not in ease, but in war. Not in applause, but in silence. Not when it feels good, but when it hurts. That's where the edge is. That's where the breakthrough is. That's where you are. Every day you wake up, you have a decision to make. Will you chase comfort, or will you chase greatness? One path gives you nothing but excuses. The other gives you everything after it breaks you. If you're not being tested, you're not growing. If you're not failing, you're not learning. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not moving forward. Stop avoiding the pressure. It's not your enemy, it's the forge, it's the fire. If you stay long enough, if you fight hard enough, if you refuse to fold, you come out the other side as something the world can't ignore. Refuse comfort, seek pressure, chase pain, and build yourself into a weapon the world has no choice but to respect. Most people spend their lives waiting for permission, waiting for a sign, waiting for someone to hand them the life they dream about. And while they wait, The few who understand how this world really works take everything, because the truth is brutal. This world doesn't care about your dreams, your emotions, or your potential. It cares about action. It respects power. If you want something, you don't ask for it. You take it. You don't beg for permission. You move. You don't sit around waiting for the perfect moment. You create it. Control your reality. Mold it with your hands. Force it into submission, because if you don't, someone else will. And you'll be left behind, bitter, watching another man live the life you were too afraid to claim. The weak wait to be chosen, the strong choose themselves. This world is built by men who decided they were worthy before they had the proof, who said, "This is mine," and then did the work to make it true. But the key is belief backed by action, not hope, not talk, not empty confidence, force. You must carry yourself like a weapon, precise, dangerous, relentless. You don't apologize for your ambition. You don't shrink to make others comfortable. You take up space. You command attention. You dominate your environment by being unignorable. That's how you control reality, not with softness, not with wishes, but with pressure. You show up like a storm, and everything in your path adjusts to you. Most people are trapped in the illusion that they have to wait for the right circumstances to succeed. When I have more time, when I have more money, when the conditions are right, they lie to themselves to avoid the truth, that they're afraid to act, afraid to demand more, afraid to make others uncomfortable with how serious they are. But life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to move through it in spite of fear, in spite of doubt. You must become the force that changes things, the aggressor, the one who imposes his will on the world. And to do that, you must kill the version of yourself that's addicted to approval. No one is going to hand you the life you want. And why should they? You haven't earned it yet. You want it, prove it. You want respect, command it. You want freedom, build it. Every time you hesitate, every time you look for someone else to validate your direction, you give away control. And control is everything. Because when you control your mind, your actions, your habits, your time, you control your results. And when you control your results, you control your destiny. But control doesn't come by accident. It comes from discipline. Ruthless, non-negotiable discipline that shapes your life like a sculptor carves stone, cut by cut, day by day, until what stands is undeniable. To take what's yours, you must be willing to go where others won't. You must be willing to sacrifice more, endure more, grind longer, and bleed deeper than anyone else. You have to become so focused, so locked in, that people think you're obsessed. Because you are. Obsession is required. Not balance, not moderation, obsession. You have to be so committed to your mission that losing isn't even part of the conversation. That's how you take control of your life. That's how you make sure no one else is holding the pen when your story is written. Let them doubt you. Let them talk. Let them think you're crazy. While they dream, you work. While they sleep, you build. While they gossip, you execute. Reality will always bend to the man who refuses to accept the world as it is. Create your own world. Create your own rules. Live with a standard so high that most people can't even breathe in your air. And when life punches you in the face, as it will, you don't flinch. You don't cry. You hit back. Harder, smarter, louder. That's how you win. Not by being polite, not by being liked, by being effective, by being undeniable, by being so damn consistent that success becomes inevitable. No more waiting, no more asking, no more hoping. It's time to take back the pen and write your life in bold ink. You were not made to be average. You were not born to follow. You were built to lead, to dominate, to conquer. But you'll never step into that power as long as you keep living like you need permission. You don't. You never did. The only permission you need is your own. And the second you decide, truly decide, that you are done playing small, the world changes. Opportunities appear. Doors open. Not because they were never there, but because you finally had the courage to kick them open. Control your reality. Stop letting your circumstances define you. Define them. Stop reacting. Start attacking. Decide what you want, who you are, and what you're willing to endure. Then go get it, take it, own it with force. Because that's how the game is won. That's how legacies are built. That's how warriors are remembered. Not as men who waited, but as men who took what was theirs. So now you stand at the edge. One decision. One moment. This is where you either step forward and seize control or stay chained to the life you've outgrown. No more waiting. No more hoping someone saves you. No one's coming. It's on you. Take the pain, take the pressure, take the responsibility, and take what's yours, not by luck, not by chance, by force. Let the world feel your presence. Let every action scream that you're done living on your knees. Stand tall, take control, and carve your name into history. Not with softness, not with excuses, but with relentless, unstoppable force. You have the fire. You have the vision. Now match it with action. You were born to lead, born to conquer, born to win. But you have to fight for it. You have to own it. And the second you stop asking, everything changes. This is your time, your chapter, your war. So rise, sharpen your mind, lock in your mission, and take the throne you were meant to rule. This world doesn't give you what you dream of. It gives you what you demand. So demand it, take it, control your reality, and win by force.